Hey guys, what's happening? Welcome back to Hey, I'm Playing That. Today we're going to take a look at Disney's Brave, and before you start laughing, understand this. I have been more patient with kids games as of late, ever since I got a very good deal on Rango for the Xbox 360. Some of these licensed games obviously were quick cash grabs, but some of them had some decent mechanics to them, like for example, Disney's Brave right here. The combat with the sword is fairly hack and slash, and there's elemental attacks, you know, earth, air, wind, fire, and instead of water, it's ice. So that stuff is fairly standard. However, when you add in the addition of Meridia's bow, it actually has a fairly interesting twist on it, as each one of them offers a different charged shot, and instead of it being mapped to a face button, it's mapped to the right stick, so it functions like a beginner's guide to a twin stick shooter, basically. To be honest with you, the combat is pretty fun. Obviously, this game isn't daunting or long. In one playthrough, I grabbed up, I think, 75%, exactly 75% of the achievements. So, you know, it wasn't anything challenging. I guess the only thing that I can come up with that disappointed me in the game was the fact that jumping, the camera doesn't really adjust to where you're at as well as it probably should. So jumping, you're sometimes stuck making your best judgment at the angle, and you kind of have to watch for her shadow, which I suspect they added in that shadow so you had a better gauge of where you were while you were jumping. All of your abilities are upgradable. As you see, there's it's just basically raining coins at you. I'm one of those people that like coin collecting from back in the old days of platformers, coin collecting and whatnot. If it didn't serve a purpose, it just shouldn't be in the game. Well, the coin collecting in this actually serves a purpose, as every one of your attacks can be upgraded from your standard sword attacks to your bow attacks. You also have fairly, you know, common in these games that have coin collecting and whatnot. You can upgrade your coin magnet, which your coins will automatically come to you from further and further distances as you upgrade it. Each one of the elemental attacks has its own special fully upgraded power. This has actually been a fairly fantastic playthrough. I'm actually going through it a second time right now, so I can actually get all the achievements, because as I said, it's not a daunting game by any means. This game does feature connect and move support, something called archery mode. I'm not going to try it out. I could care less. I'm playing this on the Xbox 360, as I've said it before. When it comes to pretty much the last generation of consoles, I prefer my 360 over my PS3. That's not to say the PS3 isn't good. I just like the 360 better. Anyway, enough about that. They got actress Kelly MacDonald to reprise her role as Meridia, and I'm assuming that was some sort of contractual obligation, because I don't think they actually just said, hey, do you want to do this, and she would have agreed to it. But enough about that. You're fighting through a blight in the forest, which has caused major corruption. Your mother is a bear, and your brothers have been transformed into a bear, as the witch's spells can no longer be controlled. There are certain sections of the game where you will play as sorry, I said Eleanor. I think it's Elsinore, actually. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong down below. As I said, I've never seen the movie, so anyway, you play as her mother in a few sections, and the bear acts as like a hulking tank, and you just lay waste to your enemies fairly easily. And when you join up with your little brothers, I believe their names are, I have to look again. No, I was right, not Elsinore, Eleanor. Harris, Hubert, and Hamish, as you play as her brothers, they help you unlock puzzles within the game, and the puzzles are not super challenging, but I will say this, they are a lot of fun, because they're sort of switch and logic puzzles. Actually, the puzzle element, I don't know if you guys remember this game, but the adventure of Cookie and Cream on the PS2, the puzzle elements reminded me quite a bit of that game. Maybe I'll track down a copy of that, and we'll do a Hey, I'm Playing That of Adventure of Cookie and Cream. But that's enough about that. All in all, I had a blast playing through Disney's Brave. It does have a co-op mode, so you can play as a Willow of the Wisps. The second controller will control the Wisp, and I will say that this would be a fairly fantastic game if you've got kids to play through this game with. Parents won't get bored of it, as it's not. I won't say it's groundbreaking by any means, but the elemental attacks and the elemental abilities add enough combat variety that you won't be bored with it. And you know, this source material doesn't treat everybody like they're just a little kid, so there's some enjoyable story elements to it too. And Disney's Brave is definitely worth a check out. It's a fairly uncommon game, as this was supposed to be published by THQ. But it was right around the time THQ was filing for bankruptcy, so Disney Interactive published it, and I believe it was Behavior Interactive developed it, and Disney Interactive published it. So, but as I said, it was coming out at the time that THQ was going through their bankruptcy turmoil, so it switched developers. And as I said, it's not a rare game by any means, but it's fairly uncommon. I don't see it out there a ton. So a new copy is going to set you back about $25-30. If you find it used, it's going to range between 17 to 20. So I said, not an expensive investment by any means, especially if you'd like to have a good co-op game with your kids where the action and content aren't going to be objectionable by any means. But I will say this, as a hey, I'm playing that goes, Disney's Brave gets a definite recommendation for not treating the player like they're stupid, and not treating the kids and parents who would enjoy this game together like they can't accomplish anything. There's a decent amount of puzzle elements. There's a decent amount of just good old-fashioned hack and slash combat with really awesome arrow firing. Or I shouldn't say arrow firing. I'll take that back and say archery elements. The archery elements serves as a good twin stick shooter tutorial. There's a lot to see. It's not graphically taxing, but it stays true to the original movie. It looks very much like that, and they got Kelly MacDonald back to voice Meridia. So I'd say, hey, I'm playing that. Definitely enjoyed this game. I hope you guys too, and we'll see you next time.